hey guys, look, it's the cat. Looking right at the camera. Yeah, it's been a while since you guys seen him, but what an interesting week it's been. It's been pretty easy. This week was relatively short. Like this week did, technically it was correct because it started on Saturday, actual start date of payroll. But I was empty Friday, first thing in the morning, but I didn't do laundry, so I just sat in Salt Lake City pretty much all day, doing laundry and enjoying some off time. Especially after how hard I had to run the previous week and all the shit that happened. So I was in I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy my off time, sit at the Sat Bros and just do my laundry. Granted, spent a lot more money doing laundry than I wanted, but now the cat's making biscuits. Hope you guys are hungry. Alright, so let's get right into it, okay? So, pretty much a race in Salt Lake City, well, Utah, but pretty much Salt Lake City, right where I was at, pretty much fell off the fucking map, okay? It just fell off the map, and normally they're about 1,000 to 1,200 less than Boise, Twin Falls, that market, but they were about closer to 1,500 this week. And normally, like, if I'm in Salt Lake, I might just add on 300 miles deadhead and just go up to fucking Boise, or into Idaho, pretty much Twin Falls, Boise, just to grab a load, because it's gonna pay more. Even deadhead, I'll still make way more money than I'm gonna load out of Utah. Especially with me trying to get a load done Saturday instead of Friday, I'd had a little bit better luck with on Friday. Better options too. Special Christmas approaching, right? But my options limited. There was like 7 loads out of Salt Lake City. Idaho had way more. Problem is though, not all those loads paid good enough with the deadhead. Because even Idaho fell off, and I was like, this is unusual. But let's get into it, okay? So I found this load at 256 miles deadhead from where I was. Like I said, more often than not, I'll just deadhead in Idaho. But obviously with the miles means I wasn't all going all the way to Boise or Twin Falls. I was picking up Sugar City, pretty much about a half hour-ish north of Idaho Falls, if that. I was going to Andover, Mass, so pretty much Boston. It paid by the pound. This is bulk load of potatoes. Paid by the pound, $65.10. Got an extra $500 out of this. I only want to pay $6. But she gave a little bit more because of the deadhead, right? And that's going out of Salt Lake City, and that's the problem is where it is. You're having to pay somebody to get up there. Granted, that lane paid a bit more, but I tried. As far as I can get her up to was $65.10. My cut was $57.94. Loaded was $24.68. Total was $27.24 for $2.12 a mile. So not awful with that deadhead. I mean, it's not great, but it ain't awful. It'd been much better if I had less deadhead. But even if I was in Twin Falls, I still would have over 100 miles deadhead, like closer to 150. Maybe more. I don't know. I can't recall the mileage exactly off the top of my head. Picked up a Sunglow with the market basket. Broker was not Armstrong. Heavy. It was supposed to be 43, but it was 40,000 pounds. And it was 48 degrees continuous, so pretty fucking easy load on the reefer. I mean, it was heavy load, but the reefer did not work at all. I'm selling my first tank, and here it is at the end of the week for reefer, and it's continuous, so it's just humming along and no issues. But so I did go through the house. Actually got to sleep in my own bed for once. That was kind of nice. Had a real meal. While there, I cooked up some pork chops, shake and bake, some taters, some mashed potatoes, and corn. Pop culture's ruined me, because now every time I say corn or hear corn, I automatically think of the fucking raven, the crows, pretty much, from Game of Thrones, right? Corn. actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad up until Cleveland, because they got some wet, heavy snow came down, and up into Northeast, into the lakes area, and I had parked at the Sunoco just west of Cleveland. And as soon as I parked, within like 40 minutes an hour, it really started dumping, and they were only calling for less than an inch, but I woke up to like 2 inches on the truck. It was that wet, heavy shit too. Then I get 271, 291, whatever the fuck that loop is. It's going north, right? And I fucking plow forgot to put the blade down to shoot the snow to the left, and I was in the middle lane, and the plow shot some wet, heavy snow into the truck, and it flew up into the truck and broke some airlines, broke some fittings. It was pretty heavy. I lost about 40 pounds of air in about 5 seconds. That was a little, not a great feeling. Especially when I'm like, oh shit, thankfully it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, so like nobody on the road. But there was accidents all over, and there's still ice in some spots. I don't really want to be sitting on the shoulder on an interstate with these conditions. I don't like doing it when it's dry, let alone when the fucking road's wet and icy. So after, the hissing of the air was loud for about, good 30 seconds. Then it kind of mellowed out, and I was like, The truck got up to 90, 100 pounds of air, but it couldn't build anymore. So I was like, it was constantly building air, trying, but it couldn't build up enough to push out, pretty much outrun the leaks. So I was like, okay, is there a place I can limp it to that gives me a little bit more room? Sure enough, 2 miles ahead, there was an on-off ramp that had a shoulder, so I just went up there. But it was a rough ride, because also I lost enough air where it deflated my airbags. The leveling valve was fine, so it was a little weird. Even the tech was, because the dealership actually sent out a tech to me, like if the dealership came out and fixed the truck. But he's like, a little weird, your bags are deflated when you're able to build air, but the leveling valve is fine. So pretty sure that was that loud hissing I heard was my airbags being dumped. And it was, for those who have never had all your bags pretty much be non-existent, because I was riding straight on wheels and frame and leaf springs, because even my sleeper ones were gone. 30 miles an hour was a rough fucking ride. Like, any bump in the road, even that little concrete gap, little crack, was doing this to me pretty much. It was fucking awful. Would not recommend. 0 out of 10. Sat on the side of the road for 6 hours total, because this truck also, not a big fan of commercial trucks having any plastic. It's one thing I have it inside, okay? It's one thing I have it inside. But underneath, in between the rails, should never be any plastic. It should only be rubber hoses. And actual good, at least the fittings were metal, right? But not soft fittings. So what happened was, he had a hard enough time getting underneath the truck, because when you lose all your air, the truck goes, gets even lower. And I had plastic tubes under there for the air hoses, right? So every time he was getting the fitting off, he would snap it. He would snap the hose, either on the end he was working on, or to snap somewhere else along it. So I was hearing a lot of typical mechanic, cursing going on, and desperation, the frustration, cries pretty much. It's funny, you hear silence, and all of a sudden you just hear, fuck, come on, type thing. It was pretty funny. Felt bad, pretty funny though. 6 hours later, he when he first came out, he had fittings, but he didn't have enough hose, so he had to go back and forth constantly. Well, he only went back and forth once, but he had to get in and out of the truck constantly, because there was 4 leaks. So that snow got me pretty good. Pretty fucking good. And it's cost me anything. Benefit of the contract we got, but fuck, it sucked though. I lost time. I could have been to my first delivery a whole day and a half sooner, and they would have unloaded me that night. So I could have possibly got 2 more loads in this week instead of just 1. So I didn't make as much money as I wanted to. I still broke $7K, obviously. I fucking hope so with 60, that high of a gross. Now, I mean, when I say $7K, I mean overall company, because I didn't obviously make 7K. But if I could have got here, because this delivered Thursday, I could have got here Tuesday afternoon around 14:30 to 1500. Got unloaded that night, been ready to grab something Wednesday morning, drop that Thursday, grab something Thursday, drop that Friday, and then met the girlfriend at her place, right? Well, met the girlfriend and the families, pretty much. But I might beat her there, actually. I'm more than likely I'm going to beat her there. So either way, I got another load. It's just I could have possibly got another $800-900 more, which kind of blows. But it is what it is. Sometimes bad luck just fucking throws a giant wrench in your plan, especially when I was so far ahead of schedule. So I found a reload. Picks up Thursday, delivers Friday afternoon. It's Chelsea, Mass to Pottsville, PA. So I got to go down to the Philly market area. I'm not looking forward to it, but whatever. So Tiku had this load. I tried getting. They asked me how much. I went over $3 a mile. I tried saying, like 12, 13. I forget what I said. He said, I can't do that. The most I can do is 850. And I was like, can you just go up to 9, He's like, no. I was like, fuck. Alright, so 850 it is, right? It's better than just deadheading fucking like 500 miles down there to Philly. So my cut was 756, 50 cents, 20 miles deadhead. Load is 363, total 383. So pretty easy day run. $1.97 a mile. Not great, but technically, this was over $2 a mile before my cut. But either way, I'll fucking take it. Because obviously I gotta fucking move, right? Now the week after Christmas, the Christmas week's gonna suck. I'm gonna pretty much be taking 3.5 days off, pretty much. Take the weekend off, then Christmas, pretty much. But also with it doing that, and nothing really moves anyway that weekend. So either way, I'm not getting a little till Tuesday, anyways. Which I already have that load. I'm just looking to break even on Christmas week. Maybe a little bit, but just trying to break even. So frozen load. Okay, so frozen load, pretty easy. 18,000 pounds, so it's light, and it's pretty. I'm picking up cannolis and pastries, pretty much. Broker on that was TQL. Pretty. Kind of curious how January and February are going to line up, though. Because honestly, this December started off great. Then it kind of fell off a cliff. But contract was doing great. Contract volume skyrocketed. It's outpacing 21, right? But spot market freight definitely hasn't. It is what it is sometimes, honestly. So at least next year's trending up. Starting around March, it seems, based off everybody's projections. And there's this trend. There's pretty much this chart that monitors some things I've been following, and we're about 3 to 4 months from that thing meeting at the middle, and that's a balance spot. Which, if that happens, yeah, that means rates will go up. Not much, but some. Probably 5 to 10% to start. It doesn't seem like the market will even, be this bad all the way through 24. It seems like we should at least, by the time 24 is over, see about a 20 to 25% increase in rates. But it will come in twos. Which, I like the way I look at it, okay? If I'm running, let's say my lowest month, okay, it's 20 grand gross, okay? What could I do for an extra, 2 to 3K that month? A lot. Because really, that'd just be extra money in my pocket. But how was your guys', holiday fucking stretch here? Sometimes frustrating, sometimes. Especially when, in the last 2 weeks I've had 2 breakdowns. Granted, only lost about 13 hours between the two of them. Not too shabby. I'm also getting ready to have to buy 2 new steer tires here soon. And since I have a heavier axle, I have over a 13,000 pound axle, I need to have 16 ply tires. Which kind of blows, but I did run the 13 or 16 ply tires on the GCT truck when I had it, and they were better, so I'm not against it. I just don't like the extra couple hundred dollars per tire I gotta spend. It is what it is though, but when I'm being quoted for a Michelin tire, $1,000, and Bridgestones are a low to mid 8s, it's like, god damn. Fucking blows. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye!